it's like it stinks kind of because it's like vinegar and it stinks. It's like gross.
What were you doing with vinegar?
We were making like this, I think it's water, vinegar, and it's like a something to fizz up water and other kind of chemicals.
I gotcha.
Like yeah,
Have you ever
and
used like vinegar and baking soda, and then it could?
no, I've never done that.
No, that wasn't what it was. Huh. That's so cool. I love science.
I really do too.
Okay, that worked.
What do you like about it, Lupita?
I like about like the explosions and stuff.
Yeah, doing different science labs and making cool solutions. Lucas, do you like science?
Yeah, I guess. Sure.
What do you really appreciate about it?
Well, my favorite thing is probably that we did last year in my school. We used Mentos and Coca-Cola, and we exploded outside.
Yeah. So that was that's a similar experiment to what Lupita was just describing, where you're building up this gas and then there's a crazy little explosion that happens.
Yeah, we put a balloon like on a bottle, and then we put everything in there. And
did it blew up?
No, it kind of inflated it, but we decided to make it a water balloon and throw it at the floor, but it didn't turn out that good. The balloon was strong, and I don't know what made it not go over it. Like we threw it on the road because like there was like a lot of rocks there, so we threw it on the road, but it didn't do nothing. So the teacher went to go get it, and I just stepped on it, and the whole day I was covered in vinegar and water.
Oh, that is a very nice scent. Do you know you could buy that as like a perfume?
Really?
No, I'm kidding.
That would be disgusting.
That would be pretty gross. Yeah. So Miss Lupita and Mr. Lucas, it is 4:20, so it's already 5 minutes past our starting time. And I think what we should do is get rocking and rolling and go on a cool little travel adventure for our Around the World Club. Lupita, I will let you know if we do get a link from Miss Tessa, okay?
Okay.
But before we get started, even though it's really small and I don't expect this to be a big deal, what are some expectations that we should have for one another when we're doing virtual learning like you use during your school day?
To mute if you're not talking, or stay quiet.
So to mute if you're not talking, and then if you have something to say, what should we do, Lucas?
Well, if you push, are you guys on an iPad?
Yeah.
So if you push more, maybe you can like push like thumbs up or something like that.
Ooh, I love that. So yeah, you can also use the icons, the different icons to lower your hand or to give a thumbs up if you have something to say. On my computer, I don't know if it's the same on the iPad, it's called a reaction. So I could go.
Yeah, it's that.
Yeah, it's that.
Cool. So maybe if it's just a yes or no question, we could do a thumbs up for a yes, and we could do
maybe you could type in like on chat like something.
Yeah, absolutely.
You could also raise your hand if you go to participants, click on yourself, or no, I don't think you can do that.
Yeah, so these are all.
Yeah, you raise hand, and then
you can all my friends such good ideas. The bigger thing is it's really easy, right, when we're on virtual learning to like interrupt each other and have this weird limbo space where we're like, should I say something? Should you say something? And then it's just really kind of awkward. So the big thing is if we are not talking, we're just going to stay muted. And if we do have something to say, you can do all these great things that you just mentioned. What is, so that would be like not interrupting, so kind of being respectful. What's another biggie on Zoom in terms of an expectation?
Well, maybe like just don't like go crazy. Like don't do this click around or anything.
Yeah.
Because once I did that and it logged me out of Zoom like 100 times.
I love that idea, Lucas. So yes, let's not try to do things on Zoom that are super distracting, because there are lots of things that we can do. We can play with our background. We can write on screens. And I know it's all super fun, but is it pretty disruptive, you think, to people that are trying to
Yeah,
focus?
like that. You can't, that's not that.
If you go like this,
oh my
obviously
gosh,
it's gonna.
pizza. Where are you taking us?
I don't know.
This is my favorite one for sure. Come on.
So there's all these cool things that we can do, but if we start to do them too often, they start to become really distracting. So let's try our best not to do that too many times. So maybe pick a background and then we'll stick with it.
I don't usually pick backgrounds. I just kind of chill.
You just chill. I love that. Lupita.
Yes, I chill.
So the last thing, my friends, is just try to be in a place where you can focus, and you're just, for the next 40 minutes or so, you're just with us. We're at our club, and you're not like also playing video games or also playing with your favorite tech deck just because Mr. Sam can't see whatever's beyond the screen. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does
You
that
could
sound
do that
good?
probably after.
So, can I get a thumbs up from you all if you feel good about these expectations for one another? And since it's just the three of us, a nice small group, it's okay if you do not want to mute yourselves, as long as you're just staying quiet and are in a relatively quiet space too. Okay?
Yeah.
So, Lucas, can you tell Lupita, do you remember where we were last week?
No, I don't remember.
Do you remember what we did for an activity?
Well, we finished watching Coco.
We finished watching a movie. Yes, we finished watching
Yes.
Coco. And while we were doing that, we were building
I have no idea.
windmills.
Windmills?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that was right. Yeah. That, I don't know what that place was. It was in. Oh, yeah.
Wait. Oh, I know where. Oh, cool.
So last week, and hopefully this works, my friends. Last
Yay.
week, we were all the way, and this is one thing that's really cool, is we get to use these cool computer applications. But we were in the Netherlands.
Ooh.
Netherlands. Yeah.
And so
Right there.
the big thing about the turbines, or the wind turbines, Lupita, is that a lot of the country, Lucas, do you remember, a lot of the country is below what?
Sea level. So it's like, yeah, it's really small.
Yeah, so the country is actually lower than the ocean over here. It's below the sea. And they use all these windmills to pump water out so that the country isn't flooded. So it's a pretty
that's cool.
crazy system that they have adapted in the Netherlands. And today we are going to a whole new continent. So do we want to travel this way, or do we want to travel that way?
Let's go to Antarctica.
You want to go through Antarctica?
I have no
Okay.
idea.
So here is the Netherlands over here.
Turkey?
We'll go like this. Here's Antarctica. This is the South Pole. Here's Australia. And there it is, China.
Oh yeah, we're in China.
Yes.
I have a picture of a background of somewhere in China.
So we are in the country of China. So what do you all notice about China just on the map here?
Well, I see like half of it is like grass and like half is desert.
Yeah. So exactly what Lucas is saying, half of it is pretty, it has lots of rain. And on a map like this that shows what the land looks like, green means it's lush, there's lots of water, but over here it's really dry. And one thing about China is that you can access, do you know the tallest mountain in the world?
No.
Yeah. Wait, no. Where?
Lupita, you said yes?
No, I said no, I don't know.
Oh, so it's called Mount Everest.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah, Everest? It's in
So-
China?
Yeah, the northern side of Mount Everest, these are the Himalayas right here, can be accessed via China. This is all China.
What?
Wow.
So China, in terms of its geography, is really, really diverse. It changes
we
a
have-
lot from the
I
east
have-
side to the west side, where there are these
I have
big.
Google Earth on my iPad.
You do? That's so cool,
Yeah.
Lucas. So oh, Lupita, I love the background.
Oh, thanks.
Any other things you know about China?
Well, I know that their what they normally drive over there is Toyota, sort of like their cars that they drive normally.
Yeah. So they have different I guess material goods, different brands that they like.
No, but lots of people here have Toyotas. My mom has a Toyota. So I feel like that's similar.
That's a good point, Mr. Lucas.
I have a difference.
Yes, Lupita.
They eat pets sometimes.
They eat,
Yes. They started
Like-
the coronavirus.
I don't know if they started it, but the first known case was in Wuhan, right? I don't think they
Yes.
created it though, right? So they have, Lupita, kind of what you're saying, and Lucas, I think what I was trying to allude to, even though you make such a good point, they also have Toyotas here, is that in terms of their culture, which is kind of like their social value system, what they care about and what they like, is very different than what we might like here in America.
Yeah. Like not really any of us are like China is like bigger than like the United States by far.
In terms of
But, like-
population, yeah.
In population, definitely. But so like it has like all it's like it has the it has the wall of whatever it's called.
The Great Wall. Yeah, so I think the biggest thing, Chinese, they speak a different language. It's called Mandarin, and they write. Have you ever seen Chinese writing? They use characters and not letters.
Oh yeah, they use
Oh,
like
yeah,
some
yeah.
weird like symbols things.
Yeah, maybe not weird, but just different, right, Lucas?
Yeah.
And what Lucas was saying, it's home to the Great Wall of China. Does anybody know the story behind the Great Wall?
No.
Maloon. Maloon. What am I thinking
So
about?
way ago, like thousands of years ago, not too many thousands. Basically, if we go back to Google Earth, the Great Wall is kind of like through here. So ancient China was over here, And the idea behind that wall was to protect invaders from making their way to the mainland of China. So they built the wall. Um, does that make sense? To protect their country, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
So it has the Great Wall. As we are kind of exploring geographically, some parts are really green, other parts are really rocky and dry. This is a picture of Mount Everest. And then I think, Mr. Lucas, you said largest country in the world in terms of population. Even though it's like the same size as the United States, it has almost 4 times the amount of people as the United States.
Like way more. It's like one of the most populated like cities in the whole entire world.
Yeah, Lupita, it is actually the
I don't
most
call it a
populated
city though.
country.
I don't feel like it's a city.
It's the most populated country, right?
Yeah, country.
Oh, well, yeah.
And absolutely what you were saying, Lupita, it has lots of really crowded cities with lots of people. This is a picture of the city of Beijing.
Oh my gosh, I love Beijing.
But the thing that we are going to focus on today, my friends, is its biggest holiday, because we're about to celebrate Thanksgiving, which is a big holiday here in the United States. Their biggest holiday is called the Chinese New Year.
Which is...
Yeah, that is... I don't know.
I actually know a lot about this because last year, or not last year, in 3rd grade I wrote about China. So they basically have a festival, and I think they do it for 11 or 5 days. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely. It's a big festival that goes on for about 2 weeks, Lupita. That's and Lucas,
I did
do you have
something like
anything to
that in
add?
3rd grade.
And red is
But-
like one of the most... Red is one of the most luckiest to them, so they always wear red. And they usually like... Yeah.
Oh, that's super. I did not know that. That's super interesting.
Yeah, red is like really lucky to them. So they have like these envelopes that are red, and they give them to each other for good luck.
Oh, cool. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, they had like the envelopes or something like that.
They're red and they have like a gold thing. I believe they have like a gold thing, and then they give it to them for good luck.
Yeah.
Oh, so cool. So
Yeah.
I just want to add on to what you're describing. So the Chinese New Year, it's also called the Spring Festival. And the idea why it's a big celebration, which Lupita was saying, and it lasts about 2 weeks, is it marks the end of basically the winter or the cold months, and it's the start of the planting season. So they pray to their gods that they're gonna have a good harvest this year. Does that kind of make sense? So it's very symbolic in terms of agriculture and growing food. And it's a huge, I wrote this in caps, celebration, okay? During the Chinese New Year, the most fireworks in the entire world are sent off. So you think like in America, there's lots of fireworks on the 4th of July. The Chinese New Year has even more. And
that would take a long time and a lot of like fire.
that is a lot. And the thing that we're really going to focus on for our activity today is, I bet you all probably knew about this, but every year on a 12-year cycle is named after a different zodiac. Okay, so these zodiacs are different types of animals, and every zodiac is a sign to a different year. And have you ever done like a horoscope, Lucas or Lupita?
No.
I don't think so, no.
So a horoscope says, it's like, I'm a, what am I, a Gemini? It says it's something in the newspaper. It's all based off the lunar calendar, this stuff. And it basically says on this day, you're gonna have a good day and you're gonna make new friends or something. It's gonna have a prediction about your day based off your kind of zodiac.
Can I
And
see that again?
what's that, Lucas?
Can I see that again?
You see the Chinese New Year right here?
Oh yeah. So,
So
2000 and I'm a dragon, really?
yeah,
Why is there a
so
star? Like, is that a scribble?
Mr. Lucas. So this year,
Why is there a star?
why?
I didn't do it. I had no hands on my iPad.
Yeah,
What?
I see somebody's name right here on my screen that says Lucas.
What?
So I wonder who it could be. Hey, Lucas.
Okay. How do I here?
Lucas, can we please not annotate my screen?
Yeah, well, I was just pushing it, and then it just like I don't know.
And then I think there's some function that I have to change on my end. Oh, Lupita.
I had to try. I got tempted.
Each of these years is named after 12 different zodiac animals, and this is the year of the rat, 2020. And with each zodiac, every zodiac symbolizes something. So people that were born in 2020 are people who are clever, quick thinkers, successful, but content with living a quiet and peaceful life. Okay? So
What
But
about
what
you?
am I? Wait,
So-
I am. So we have 2000.
yeah, what year are you,
11?
Lucas?
I'm 9.
Okay, so 2009 is going to be, you are the year of the ox.
Wait, no, I'm not 2009. I'm not 11. I'm 9. I am 9. So
So you're
2000.
2011, so you're the year of the rabbit. So what we are going to do, my friends, for our activity is I'm going to ask you all to explore your zodiac. So I will chat
What is
you.
mine?
I will chat you over this link, Lupita and Lucas.
Okay.
And what you're going to do is you're going to first figure out what zodiac you are. Okay. So for instance, I was born a really long time ago in 1990, which makes me a horse.
Oh, no fair. I love horses.
And horses are free spirits who need space to be themselves. And so what I'm going to
I'm a
ask you all
rabbit,
to
really?
do, what I want you to do is to look, identify your zodiac, then draw your zodiac. So for me, I draw a picture of a horse and then explain whether or not you feel this zodiac may or may not explain who you are.
No way a rabbit explains to me. No way.
But how about, so Lucas, you say that, but how about if we look at what a rabbit stands for? Rabbits are earnest with everything they do. They just ask that others treat them the same way.
Sort of. That makes it a tiny bit better.
Can I see what am I? What am I?
Yes, Lupita,
So-
which one? What
I'm
year were you
2010.
born?
2010.
2010. So a
Tiger.
Tiger.
Tigers are courageous and active people who love a good challenge and adventure in life.
Yeah, that's true. I love adventures.
My dad is a dog.
So are we all clear on the activity here?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'll chat you over this link. And while you are drawing your zodiac and maybe writing about why you feel it may or may not explain who you are, I'm going to read us a book, okay? About the year of the rat. So
Okay,
you can just listen while you create your own zodiac.
Wait, how do you create a zodiac? Do you like draw it?
Yeah, so you're going to draw it right here, Lucas, and then explain it. Explain if you feel that that zodiac is who you are or not, or maybe there are certain parts of it that you feel are like Mr. Lucas and certain things that aren't.
Oh, I'm not gonna do it. I have a good one. No way.
Okay. So I'm going to chat you this link.
Okay. I'm at my table so I can draw.
Yeah, Lucas, do you have a pen and pencil or a pencil and paper? Sorry.
I think you want to go get it. Let's see. Ooh. Do you want to see my homework?
Wait, can I make an origami rabbit?
That would be so cool, Lucas.
I've never tried it.
I'm
before,
bad
but-
at doing origami and drawing, so
Lupita, I don't think that's true.
I don't do well. Can I
Well-
search up a picture of a tiger? Because I don't know how to draw a tiger.
Yes, of course. Okay, so
Okay.
my friends, we'll take about 10 minutes to do this. And while we are doing this, I have a book about the year of the rabbit. So just feel free to listen while you work. Does that sound
Okay.
good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look what I found. I found my cup that I made.
That's so cool, Lupita.
Yeah, this rabbit's hard.
I made this out of clay.
That's so, where did you make that, Lupita?
In art class, I actually made it handmade. I did everything.
Whoa.
I painted it. I put some kind of Chinese juice and treats I ate outside.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was some kind of related to Chinese or Japanese.
That is awesome, Lupita.
Whoa. It
Yeah.
made a paper airplane.
Nice.
Do you want to try to turn that into a rabbit, Lucas?
I'll try.
Okay.
That's a good
Or
fly.
Or maybe write about your zodiac.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to start reading our book for the day. It
Whoa,
is-
the pig looks so weird.
It is called The Year of the Rat, which is the year 2020, the year that we are in. So for nearly 5,000 years, the Chinese culture has organized time in cycles of 12 years. The Eastern calendar is based upon the movement of the moon, as compared to the Western, which follows the sun, and is symbolized by the zodiac circle. An animal that has unique qualities represents each year. Therefore, if you are born in a particular year, then you share the personality of that animal. Now, people worldwide celebrate this 2-week-long festival in the early spring and enjoy the start of another Chinese New Year. So here is that zodiac circle. We have the rabbit right here. We have the tiger. And then we have the horse. And we are
Wow.
in the year of the rabbit.
Wow.
So here is the story. As the sun peeked over the horizon, Mama and Papa Rat cuddled their newest baby, while his oldest brothers and sisters scampered about. Little Ralph opened his eyes and let out a squeak. Papa scratched his chin. This pup has spunk. Mama smiled. I'm sure the landlord's son will take a liking to you. Sure enough, Bing heard the news, and then he came to visit them in the attic. In his hand, Bing offered a piece of cheese. Ralph cautiously climbed aboard for a nibble and then a warm pet. Soon, Ralph was running up Bing's arm, through his sleeves and across his shirt. Bing was tickled pink. Let's go exploring. Nestling in, Ralph asked his parents, "Can I go outside, please?" Mama replied, "Okay, but remember to watch your step and mind your manners." At the stables, Bing helped pitch the hay. Ralph greeted the horses. "Hello there." But they snorted, "We can't be bothered by small fries." Taken aback, he darted and dodged their heavy hooves.
Really?
What's that, Lucas?
This is probably the worst. It looks like a dog.
Let
Can
me
I see
see.
what you've created?
What?
I bet
Well,
it's pretty good.
It's not so good looking.
This is what I've
So-
drawn so far. Here, it's
That's
so
awesome,
bad.
Lucas. Luke, I don't think so. Do you want me to continue with this story?
Sure. But what happened to me? I'm black.
I'm not. I think it must be because of your lighting in your room, Lucas.
Okay.
At the pens, Bing fed the pig and sheep. Ralph waved, "Good day," but they grunted, "Don't even think about tasting our food." Surprised by their behavior, he tried his best to stay out of their way. Walking about the village, Bing gave his new pal some advice. It's good to be friendly, but sometimes you need to mind your own business. Ralph nodded shyly and fidgeted his tail. That evening, Mama asked, "How was your trip, dear?" Ralph answered, "I wish it was easier to get along out there." Papa replied, "Just keep your feet on the ground and your nose out of trouble." Later, everyone settled down for the night, but Ralph was still hungry and couldn't sleep. He sniffed the tasty smell. Curiously, he followed the trail down to Bing's kitchen. "Whoa, what's this?" Bing's father turned on the light and saw Ralph sitting on a pile of cheese. "Son, come fetch your pet," frowned his dad, and the embarrassed boy carried Ralph back to bed. At home, Mama Rat liked to gather odds and ends. She explained, "If no one is using it, I might need it someday." Watching her pack her stuff, Ralph decided, "I'll start my own collection." But one day, Big's mother cried, "Who took my earrings?" After searching everywhere, Bing found who had borrowed the shiny pearls. Nibbling his fingernails, Ralph bashfully returned them. Meanwhile, Papa Rat liked to chew on anything handy. Gnawing on a rope, he said, "Old habits are hard to break." Ralph had inherited his father's teeth and guessed, "I bet mine are sharp too." The following day, the dog lost his leash. Next, the bucket dropped into the well, and Bing's kite would no longer fly. He discovered the reason why, and poor Ralph promised, "I will keep my mouth to myself, I suppose." But Bing's parents had had enough. Their son's birthday party was tomorrow, and they didn't want any more problems from that little rat. They told the disappointed Bing to bring Ralph to the barn. Putting Ralph in the rabbit cage, Bing whispered, "If you're good tomorrow and stay here, you can go home tomorrow." Ralph twitched his nose sadly as Bing shut the door and waved goodbye. Outside the barn door, Ralph saw Bing's neighbors decorate the street. He smelled cakes baking and heard people laughing. Ralph moaned, "Oh, I wish I could join the party too." Finally, Bing's birthday had come, and so did family and friends. Presents arrived along with a big bunch of balloons. They sparkled like every color of the rainbow. Bing wanted to touch them all, but suddenly their knot came loose. Fearing that the balloons would fly away, he snatched the strings. "Whew!" he sighed. However, the bunch of balloons kept pulling him up. When his feet could no longer touch the ground, Bing shouted, "Oh, rats!" Everybody turned and gasped in alarm. Quickly, they tried to grab a hold of him, but he slipped through their grasp. Ralph heard Bing's cry. He looked out the window, and his friend rose slowly into the air, beyond the reach of man and beast. I'll help you, Ralph squealed, but the cage door was locked tight. Ralph anxiously scoured the floor for anything useful. Then he rummaged through his pockets. Aha! He found a pin, reached around the bars, and jiggled the lock open. He was free. The rat bolted through a hole in the wall and scaled the ladder to the hayloft. Bing kept floating higher and higher. On the ledge, Ralph took a deep breath, closed his eyes, and jumped. Boing, boing. Resting on top of the bouncing balloons, Ralph called down, Are you all right, Bing? The boy looked up with amazement and grinned. Ralph, I am so glad to see you. Scratching his head, Ralph squeaked, what should I do? They had soared above the trees and now could almost touch the clouds. Bing hollered, I don't know, but think of something. Lucas, what do you think Ralph is going to do?
Maybe he will. Well, maybe pop the balloons.
Ooh, pop the balloons. I like that prediction. Lupita, any thoughts?
I may only have a couple more minutes because I have 5%.
Yes, we're almost done.
I think he'll just pop the balloons.
He'll pop the balloons. That's a good prediction. Suddenly, Ralph got an idea. He carefully squeezed in between the balloons. Next, he slid down the cords to Bing's hand. Then he began to bite through the strings like a pair of scissors. So rather than popping all the balloons, he's gonna let them off one by one by cutting through the strings.
Wow,
One
that's
after another,
not
the balloons
smart.
flew away and the pair descended slowly towards the earth. In the meantime, they had drifted far from home. Ralph decided, I think I see a place where we can safely land. Skimming the treetops, Ralph cut the tie to one more balloon. Hold on tight, he hollered as they braced for impact. Wham, bam! Luckily, they had hit a soft spot on the back of a startled ox.
Wow.
Hastily, Ralph rummaged through his pocket again. He discovered a shiny earring and presented it to the wary stranger. Happily, she mooed in delight and agreed to take them home. Back in the village, everyone was overjoyed at the return. Ralph sighed, I guess I'll go back to the barn. But everyone forgave him, since his ingenuity had come in very handy indeed. Afterwards, Bing and Ralph continued their travels. The other animals and Bing's parents didn't mind Ralph anymore. They gladly let him scurry about and share their belongings. Mama, Papa, and his brother and sisters were rightly proud of Ralph. This little rascal had a really big heart, and they all agreed that it was an amazing year of the rat. The year of the rat. People born in this year are ambitious, clever, and thrifty. They are nimble and optimistic and sensitive, but sometimes they can be competitive and possessive. Though they may be noisy and a little thin-skinned, rats are truly resourceful and trusty pals. Does that sound like Ralph?
Yeah.
I finally finished my tiger.
Okay.
I'm not done.
My friends, what I would love, we just learned a little bit about the rat. If Lupita and Lucas, you both want to share your zodiacs and explain.
Well, can I make a dog? Because I can't make a rabbit. He looks so bad.
I bet it's good, Lucas. But I bet it's so good. I want you to just explain whether or not you think the description of that zodiac explains who you are.
Well, I don't think so. Because I don't know.
Okay, you
I
want to
just feel
share?
like,
So, Lucas, do you want to share what zodiac you are?
well, I'm a rabbit, but I feel like I should be like, I don't know, a dog or something like that.
You wish you were a dog?
Can I come back in 1 second?
You sure thing, Lupita.
Thank you.
So, Lucas, why do you wish you were a dog?
Well, because I just feel like I don't really have anything like in common with a rabbit.
But how about the description of the rabbit?
What? Yeah, the description makes it like, I think that's like, yeah, I think that's what I feel like.
So rabbits are earnest with everything they do. They just ask that others treat them the same way. So I think that's pretty high praise, dude.
Okay, but if I was a dog, this would be my dog. So,
You're drawing a dog?
yeah.
Okay,
Whoa.
I'm ready.
I only have 4%.
So
This
your
is my
backup?
picture
Oh,
for
cool.
a tiger.
Well, this is just gonna be my dog if I actually.
If you were born in a different year, Lucas.
Yeah. And this is my really bad rabbit.
I think that's pretty good. And I think you are a rabbit because I think you do things earnestly. You do them with conviction and you put your whole heart into it. And I think you should embrace being a rabbit because it's high
I guess,
praise.
sort of.
Should we see? So not really good job, Lucas. Should we see what Lupita, what did you do for your tiger?
I did this.
Yeah, that's really good.
Oh,
I don't draw. You
That's
know who
so
does
good.
draw? You know who does draw? My friend Lila. Here, I'll show you a picture.
I know
think.
who draws. Lupita draws.
No, I don't draw.
No, Lucas. Lucas draws too.
I don't really.
Well, either way, I said I think I'm a tiger because I'm active and I love a good challenge in life and I love adventures in life.
Oh, so you feel like a tiger really represents you?
Yes, it does.
That's cool.
I feel like
And,
a rabbit actually sort of
but the only thing
does,
I disagree is that there's no like you need some space like that's the only thing I disagree that that doesn't represent me.
Yeah. You feel like you're fine with other people at all times?
Yeah, kind of.
You're a people person.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Lucas and Lupita, it's 5:00 now, and that is our ending date. Your exit ticket, my friends. It was so fun hanging out with you all. Hopefully you enjoyed this, and it was just a fun little set of activities that you got to do at the end of your day. But your exit ticket, before you can sign off of Zoom, is to tell me one cool thing that you learned today about China. Yes, Lupita.
That Mount Everest is in China.
Yes, part of Mount Everest is in China.
Yeah, I thought that too. I thought it was like in like, I have no idea, somewhere.
Antarctica.
Antarctica.
Well, it's both in Nepal and China. So you can access it on from either country.
Can you climb it?
Yeah. I have not climbed it, but people climb it. There's
my mom and dad.
Would you like to climb Mount Everest?
No, I would not even last like 10 minutes. I would be like, oh, I'm done.
I hate heights.
Oh, so it's basically in terms of its height, You know Grand Teton?
Yeah.
It's 2.5 Grand Tetons stacked on top of each
Oh
other.
gosh, my mom and dad climbed the Grand Teton this year.
Oh, that's so cool. You should congratulate them for us, Lucas. Okay, my friends. Well, we don't have Zoom club next Monday because you're on holiday break. But the following Monday, if we're not back in person, we'll go somewhere else in the world.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, bye, Lucas. Bye, Lupita. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
Bye. Yeah.
I'm
sure.
waiting until 52 minutes.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Lucas. Bye, Lupita.
Bye.